up, Kaji family? This Godzilla 1090. Starting to you today with a brand new review. And today, we got another double review of the Mondo Godzilla Evolved and King Kong from Godzilla X Kong from Mondo. And man, oh man, was I excited when these got announced. So of course, this wasn't the first variant that got announced. I believe the very first variant that got announced of these was a red and black or red and blue color scheme of these two Sofubi figures. And when I saw that, I was like, I don't know. The color scheme is cool. Cause I mean, I know red and black's my favorite color, or dark blue. But even with that, I was like, I don't know. Something about that looks off. I think I'm gonna wait for another colorway if I do end up getting these. Because of course I know I don't have that many Sofubi figures, and I really don't have any representation of the Monster vs. Godzilla in Sofubi form. And same thing with Kong. And if you have been collecting Sofubi for a while, you know that there's almost no collectibles out there for Kong in Sofubi form. So I thought this was definitely a great opportunity to be able to get a Sofubi Kong in my collection. But with that being said, like I said, I didn't like the original colorway that came out. So I was like, whatever. I'm not gonna get it. But then, I want to say a week or two later, they announced the actual natural color versions of Godzilla and Kong, and I was like, oh, well, shit. I guess I'm getting these then. So, of course, I ended up picking up both of these guys because, again, we don't have any representation of Kong in Sofubi form, and I don't know why I'm loving the Evolved Godzilla design more and more every time I see it. But instead of me yapping about it, let me go and show y'all both of these figures. But before I do that, we have the amazing box art from the man himself, Tom Whalen. And my goodness, this box art is absolutely beautiful. Of course, you see Godzilla and Kong on the very forefront of it. On the top, we have Godzilla and Kong on there as well, in different colors representing their monsters. And then on the side, we do have a picture of Godzilla and Kong kind of warring at each other. Well, not even warring at each other, but just kind of warring in general. We flip it over to this other side. We actually do see them actually kind of, not maybe directly at each other, but they're definitely in a more of a warring pose or stance in this one. And then on the back, we definitely have another silhouette of Godzilla and Kong with, of course, more information about the great people from Mondo who helped put this together. Which, of course, it's Hector and again Tom Whalen, as well as Jordan Christian, who did the packaging and everything. And that is one thing I would say about Mondo. The packaging never misses. They never miss with these boxes. And I'm not going to chunk those because, again, I do love Tom Whalen's art. I actually need to get some Tom Whalen art of my own. But these would suffice as of right now because this box art is beautiful. I'm not going to toss those boxes at all. But I am going to definitely show y'all both of these figures now. So let me put the camera up a little bit closer so y'all get a up close and personal look at Godzilla and Kong. Thank you. And here is Godzilla Evolved from Mondo. Sofubi doesn't have a grip on me yet, but it's getting pretty damn close because this is highly, highly, highly impressive. Absolutely love the way this figure is. Everything on this figure is honestly just perfect. The colors of Godzilla is beautiful. Everything is I don't know. There's just so much to say about this thing. It's just gorgeous. We do have some silver paint on the fingers and toenails. I do need to double check to see if that is suit accurate. I'm pretty sure it is. And even though this is the natural color version of Godzilla, he has so many colors in him. Of course, all the pink going down his back and his tail and everything. Of course, throughout the rest of the body, we have some grays, some blues, some greens. The paint app is just so phenomenal. Mondo did an amazing job painting this guy up. This guy is absolutely fantastic. I love the way this thing looks. It's phenomenal. And honestly, probably one of my favorite Sofubi pieces. Because, of course, even with the Mondo Space Godzilla, you even see the size of them. Just, like I kind of talked about my last review with the W Dragon. Freaking Godzilla Evolved should be huge. I mean, technically, so should Space Godzilla. But as you see how big Godzilla is compared to Space Godzilla, these are both made by the same company, not that far apart from each other either. Because I just reviewed the Space Godzilla last year, and my goodness, this thing is massive. I did not think this thing was gonna be that big when I got it and opened it my box day a few months ago. And man, I'm so impressed by this thing. It's phenomenal, just phenomenal. And so y'all can really get a sense of how big he really is. I'll pull up another figure too, which can kind of show you a little bit more how big Godzilla actually is. And this is the model on, I want to say 450 Godzilla 74. Again, I'm still not that versed in Sufubi, so please forgive me if I did butcher that. But as you see how big that the 74 is too, he is bigger than Godzilla Evolved. But you see, Godzilla Evolved isn't no slouch either. This thing is absolutely massive. And honestly, his co-star is just as big, which you'll see that in just a second. But even these two figures, I think they look pretty cool together. Of course, the 74 is a glow in the dark, which I actually do need to review on pretty soon also. But as you see, these two do look amazing together. And it really shows you how big Godzilla Evolved is. Because even though he's not as tall as the 74, he is a bit chunkier, as you can see here. But of course, this isn't the only star of this review. So obviously, I gotta talk about Kong as well. So I'm going to bring Kong up right now, and here he is in all of his glory. And Kong, his paint up is actually put more towards what Kong does look like. To be honest, he does have all the scratches on his chest from his previous battles. Of course, he has the big old beast glove and the axe to go with it, which I absolutely love that they included the axe with this King Kong also, because really this when you think of King Kong, you think of the axe and the battle glove. And again, to show you the back of Kong, just so you can see the colors on him. Again, he's more of a typical King Kong color, which is fine with me too. But they did do a good job making the fur look realistic. And I had to get Kong because we don't have that many any Sofubi figures of Kong out there necessarily. So the fact that I was able to get this, and this is my very first Kong piece in Sofubi form, is absolutely awesome. And I know I was one of the ones that talked shit about the beast glove and the axe, but it's going on me now. And again, I'll do a size comparison with another Mondo piece. First, we'll do the Galaxy colorway of Rodan that I actually won from Collector Monsters. And as you see here, Kong is much bigger than him. Kind of like how Godzilla was a lot bigger than Space Godzilla. King Kong's a lot bigger than Rodan as well. Which that makes sense because King Kong's I forgot how tall King Kong is in the Monsterverse, but he's pretty big himself. So this actually does make sense. Of course, y'all know I love Rodan in the Monsterverse. And yeah, this is sure Rodan, but they actually Mondo maybe should look into making a Monsterverse Rodan. Don't know how they would do that necessarily, but that'd be cool. But I thought this would be a kind of fun size comparison. This kind of show off the colors of Rodan and King Kong together side by side. And again, I think these two look pretty cool together. If I have to say so myself. And then, of course, for the next size comparison, we're gonna be bringing up another one, Gorgo. Now, of course, as you know, Gorgo is actually a pretty big figure himself as well. But Kong is just not towering him, but you can see how much girth King Kong has. Oh, I'm sorry, Kong. The girth that Kong has. I forgot. Monsterverse Kong is not King Kong for legal rights and things of that nature. But again, Gorgo is a pretty big figure herself. Kong actually matches up pretty well with her, to be honest. So these two together, again, another unique colorway to put with Kong, just so Kong's colors can pop a little bit more. Again, it's not a lot to Kong's colorway, but I do like the way it looks since it is a natural version of King Kong. But of course, y'all know we had to do at least one more size comparison, and you should know who that's gonna be. But now he is paired with the king of the monsters, Godzilla. And as you see, these two size up perfect. And y'all know that's kind of been a thing with the Monster vs. Godzilla and Kong. They really haven't, like all the figures that we've gotten from so far, they haven't scaled perfectly. I honestly think this is almost perfect. Kong may be a little bit too tall, but together these things look amazing. And also, you can, and again, the kind of show Godzilla's colorway popped in a little bit too, compared to Kong. You see how much color and details that Godzilla has, which again, I do love the way both of these figures look. Both of these figures are phenomenal to me. But I guess I'll go ahead and wrap this review up. Yeah. Yeah, we're back. And that's my view on the Mondo, Godzilla, and Kong. Now, as you see, I do have a few extra. Well, we not see them, but I do have a few extra pieces for Kong. Kong actually does come with an entirely different arm that you can swap out with the Beast Glove. And as much as I talk shit about it when the trailer dropped, I'm not gonna lie, the Beast Glove does look pretty dope. So this will never be used. And then this is just a regular fist for King Kong, which replaces the hand that holds the axe. And again, as much as I talk shit about the axe too, I don't know why both of those accessories being together, this looks amazing. So that hand won't be being used either. Of course, Godzilla just comes with Godzilla himself. But I mean, still, as I mentioned before in my, of course, in personal section of it, both of these figures are absolutely incredible. Mondo did such a beautiful job getting these two representations of Godzilla and Kong, and even in Safubi form, for more or less also, because again, we don't have that many forms of Safubi of Monster vs. Godzilla or Kong at all in Safubi. So the fact that we did have an opportunity to be able to grab both of these bad boys is definitely awesome. So again, for the guys at Mondo, thank you for all the hard work y'all do. These figures are absolutely amazing. But with that being said, that's all I got for this review. Of course, if you haven't, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And follow me on my Instagram at GodzillaTrain1090 to see the latest toy photography. And as always, embrace the attitude over at Monsters with Attitude, as we do post things on our YouTube channel, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all the social medias, and of course join our Monsters with Attitude Facebook group as well to be able to see the latest news and what everyone's collecting these days. But that's all I got for y'all today. I hope you have a fantastic night, Kaiju family.